Pangolin versus hyena, the ultimate survival defense strategy. In the harsh and unforgiving world of Africa, survival is often determined by one simple question: who can outsmart the predator? Few animals have developed a defense as remarkable as the pangolin. Covered from head to tail in overlapping scales, this strange-looking mammal has one of nature's most effective survival strategies. But what happens when a pangolin encounters one of Africa's most powerful scavengers and hunters, the hyena? This is a dramatic battle of strength versus defense, jaws versus armor, and persistence versus patience. Pangolins are primarily nocturnal animals that spend much of their time searching for ants and termites. They may look slow and vulnerable, but when danger approaches, their behavior changes completely. The pangolin's greatest weapon is not speed, sharp claws, or powerful teeth. It is its ability to transform its entire body into a heavily protected ball. Imagine a predator approaching what appears to be an easy meal. The pangolin suddenly stops, lowers its head, curls its body inward, and wraps its powerful tail around itself. Its tough scales overlap like pieces of natural armor, leaving almost no soft tissue exposed. For a hyena, this creates an extraordinary challenge. Hyenas are famous for their extremely powerful jaws, capable of crushing bones that many other predators cannot even begin to break. Their teeth and jaws are designed to deal with tough food, and they are persistent predators and scavengers. But even a powerful hyena must be careful when facing a fully curled pangolin. The hyena may sniff the animal, circle around it, and attempt to find an opening. It may use its nose or paws to push the armored ball across the ground. The pangolin, however, remains motionless, waiting for the danger to pass. This is where the pangolin's survival strategy becomes fascinating. Instead of trying to fight a predator directly, it removes the opportunity for the predator to attack vulnerable body parts. The pangolin's scales provide protection over its back, sides, and tail, while its head and limbs can be tucked safely inside. Its powerful muscles allow it to maintain this defensive position for an extended period. The hyena may become frustrated because its normal hunting strategy does not work. Predators often rely on speed, surprise, and access to vulnerable areas. Against a tightly curled pangolin, those advantages can disappear. A hyena might attempt to bite the scales, but the armored surface is extremely difficult to penetrate. The predator must also avoid damaging its own mouth. This does not mean a pangolin is invincible. Hyenas are intelligent, persistent animals, and a determined predator could potentially continue testing the defensive animal. A young, injured, or exposed pangolin would be much more vulnerable. The outcome would depend on many factors, including the size of the animals, the environment, and whether the pangolin has enough time to react. The most important moment comes when the pangolin detects danger early. Its survival depends heavily on recognizing a threat before the predator can catch it completely by surprise. When it has enough warning, curling into a ball can make the difference between life and death. The pangolin's scales are made of keratin, the same structural protein found in human fingernails and hair. But unlike fingernails, these scales cover much of the animal's body and form an impressive defensive shield. When the pangolin rolls itself up, the scales point outward, creating a difficult surface for a predator to bite. The tail adds another layer of protection because the pangolin can use it to cover vulnerable areas and reinforce its defensive posture. The encounter can become a battle of patience. The hyena may wait, circle, sniff, and investigate, hoping the pangolin will eventually relax. But the pangolin has no reason to take that risk. Remaining curled up is safer than exposing itself. This is an important lesson in wildlife survival. Sometimes the best strategy is not to attack but to refuse the predator an opportunity. Eventually, the hyena may lose interest and move away in search of easier prey or food. Once the danger disappears, the pangolin slowly uncurls. It may remain alert for several moments, checking its surroundings before continuing its journey. From the outside, the encounter might look like a simple confrontation between two animals. But biologically, it represents two completely different survival strategies. The hyena depends on powerful jaws, intelligence, endurance, and adaptability. The pangolin depends on armor, timing, and defensive behavior. One is built to break through tough food, the other is built to make itself extremely difficult to eat. This is why the pangolin remains one of Africa's most fascinating animals. It does not need enormous size or speed to survive. Instead, evolution has given it a unique solution to one of nature's oldest problems: how to avoid becoming someone else's meal. A hyena may be stronger, faster, and more powerful, but strength alone does not guarantee victory. In the wild, every predator faces challenges that cannot simply be solved with force. The pangolin demonstrates this perfectly. When danger comes close, it does not panic. It does not waste energy attacking a much stronger opponent. It simply closes the doors, locks itself behind its armor, and waits. In the endless struggle for survival, that patience can be its greatest weapon. The encounter between a pangolin and a hyena is therefore more than a predator versus prey confrontation. It is a remarkable demonstration of natural adaptation. The hyena represents offensive power, while the pangolin represents defensive perfection. Neither animal needs to completely defeat the other. For the pangolin, survival means making the predator give up. And if the hyena eventually walks away, the pangolin has achieved exactly what it needed, another night alive in the wild.